everyone, it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women, and this is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is, I have naturally muscular body, especially my thighs and calves. I was wanting to lean them out, but whenever I start doing weights, squats, etc., I get bigger. Should I stick to mostly cardio? I wouldn't stop weight training at all, completely. I would keep your reps like 20 to 25, lighten the weight, decrease your rest periods, add more plyometrics, maybe add sprinting or cardio in between. By keeping the weight training in, it's going to help keep your shape. Otherwise, you're just going to get not so much softer, but you're just not going to have the shape and definition that you want. With all the cardio, you will burn some of that muscle off if you aren't eating enough or if you're doing too much cardio. So I never recommend completely cutting out body parts, but also make sure that you're watching your diet, because you may feel like your legs are getting bigger, but it could also be that decreasing your body fat can also bring your legs down. The next question I have is, hi Nicole, my question is about gaining muscle mass in my arms. I have been training arms once a week for over a year. I usually do 5 to 6 exercises for each biceps and triceps and do shoulders on a different day. I can build muscle in every other part of my body, but my arms hardly respond. Yes, I can tone them and they look tighter, but I want a more dramatic change. What would you do to improve this? 5 to 6 exercises for biceps and then 5 to 6 exercises for triceps is kind of a lot. I might do like 3 or 4 for each, and then increase your volume of sets. Well, I guess if you're doing the same routine that you've been doing for a year, your body is going to get used to it. So make sure that you're changing up your exercise order. You're doing drop sets. You might incorporate some supersets. Try to change it up. Instead of 3 sets all the time, maybe do 6 sets with less rest in between, just to push more blood in there. A year really isn't a whole lot of time. You can see changes, but sometimes those changes take years, not just one. So be patient, keep doing what you're doing, and try some of those other methods I mentioned. If you get sick, do you skip that workout day or make it up? Depends on how sick you are. If it's from here up and it's just runny nose, maybe a little bit of a cough or something like that, then I would still work out. I would just probably modify the intensity. But if it's body aches, feverish, hot, cold, I would stay home, because you don't want that to get worse, and you also don't want to get anyone else sick. So be smart and listen to your body. If you feel like you are on your deathbed, then do not go to the gym, and then don't worry about making it up and doubling it up the next day. Just get back onto your regular routine as soon as possible. And the last question I have is, when dieting and cutting, you have to be in a calorie deficit, obviously. Does it make a difference whether the deficit comes from diet, decreasing calorie consumed, or exercise, increased calories burned? Thank you. It actually doesn't really matter that much, as long as you are taking in less at the end of the day. So, we all have our basal metabolic rate, the amount of calories that our body burns on a regular basis, our resting metabolic rate. And then if you want to gain weight, you take in more calories than that. If you want to lose weight, you take in less calories than that. And then exercise is a factor as well. So if you're at a point where, let's say you're doing 30 minutes of cardio 5 days a week, and you're eating 1,700 calories, and then your body has been pretty much the same for like 3 weeks, you can either increase your cardio, maybe 5 days, 45 minutes, so you're burning more calories each day and at the end of the week, or you can decrease your calories by maybe 100 or 200, so that way by the end of the week it's the same deficit. So either one of those works. I would do a combination of both. I always like to manipulate food before I start adding more and more cardio, but yeah, either one's fine. All right, guys, those are my questions for this week. Until next week, keep asking your questions on the FitnessRx for Women Facebook page. And until then, keep asking your questions on the FitnessRx for Women's Facebook page. And I'll be back here every Friday to answer them for you. Until then, keep living the fit life.